Hey everybody, we are so excited to share with you the details of our 2-week survey trip. I just want to say a huge thank you for all of those who are supporting us and praying for us. And we're so excited to share the details. This trip was so great because we were able to put faces to the people that we've been praying for so long, and all the details of the ministry opportunities we have. They truly are exciting. We hope that you enjoy this update, and here we go. Day 1 and 2 is pretty much just dedicated to traveling. We left Dulles and we flew about 8.5 hours to Munich, Germany. We had a 12-hour layover in Munich, and we were so thankful to get into Gdansk. It was so awesome to see our team leader, Ron, and our regional director, Joel Dix, as well. And also Maxim, Oksana, and their 2 girls and their new baby. They were there to greet us. They didn't have to be, but it was so awesome to be able to see them as we get this survey trip kicked off. Day 3, we got to have a meeting with our regional director, Joel Dix, and his wife, Debbie, and just talking about everything that God is doing here in Poland. And then we also got to go see some sights and sounds of Poland as we understand a little bit more of the context of where we are. And as we understand it, the need for the gospel is so evident here in Poland. As we understand salvation through Jesus Christ alone, through grace alone, through faith alone in Christ, it's only 0.3%. So that was very evident, and we're thankful that we have the opportunity to share the light of Jesus Christ here in Poland. Day 4, that was a Sunday. We got to go to Maxim's church, the Ukrainian refugee church, for the first time. And we were just truly thankful for how welcomed we were and how welcoming a community it was. It truly was awesome to hear some songs that we knew by ear. We didn't know the language, but we were able to sing in English along with them in Ukrainian and Russian. And then they invited us to come to their Thanksgiving service downstairs where they had food. And just be able to stand in different circles, and some were able to talk in English and just hear from their stories, hear how God has truly been able to supply all of their needs through war and through hardship as they have come here to Gdansk to be able to fellowship and to find so much hope through Jesus Christ in the church here in Gdansk. So day 5, we got to sit down with Maxim and have a meeting with just him. He is the Ukrainian pastor here in Gdansk, and just so thankful just with a piece of paper and a map of Poland, just to be able to plan out and see what God can do through the broken pieces of Ukraine as they have come here and gathered in Gdansk. His vision, his heart, what he's feeling God calling him to do, and I'm thankful we get to partner with him, is that God would use his church to be the most influential church here in Poland, to be able to scatter all throughout Europe. We're very thankful to be able to be invited to come, to help train leaders, to help make new disciples, to help plant churches here in Poland. And just to sit down with Maxim and to be a part of that vision was really awesome.
I had to edit out some things that happened on day 6 and also some people that we met for security reasons. But just one thing to point out, we understand that Poland is a very religious country. But man, we are so thankful we get to take the message of Jesus Christ that salvation is not by works of righteousness that we have done, but truly through faith alone, by grace alone, in Jesus Christ alone. We're thankful to be able to take this message to Poland.
We're standing here at the shipyard in Gdansk. One of the reasons why the Ukrainian refugees are coming here is because some of them own the ports here in Gdansk, and there's a lot of work for them to come. So this is the shipyard just as we continue to make this update. So day 7 and 8, we got to go to Konrad and Katarzyna's house. Katarzyna is our Polish teacher, and we got to have our Polish lesson with her in person. A little bit more challenging, but we're thankful for her patience with us as we continue to learn the lesson. And then we sat down with her husband and her with Maxim. Konrad is a Polish pastor, and we had a 3.5-hour meeting just talking about context, talking about culture, talking about how Polish pastors and Ukrainian pastors can come together for planting churches, and all the different details of all the opportunities of ministry that we can have here. I could tell you those point by point, but that would make this a really long video. Hopefully we'll be able to share more with you guys in person. So also on the evening of day 7, we were able to lead one of 2 Bible studies. We're thankful that that we've been able to go on this trip with our teammates, Nick and Jill. They are such a blessing. They led one Bible study, and we were, through a translator, able to lead another Bible study. We got to, again, share our testimonies and then just open up God's Word and encourage them. And a common question that we continue to be asked is, how do you know that God has called you to this mission? And as we open up our hearts and talk about how good and gracious our God is and how He's continuing to do impossible things through interesting circumstances, their hearts were truly encouraged. So day 9 was more of a chill out day for us, but we got to sit down and have dinner with 2 refugee couples, a Ukrainian couple and a Belarusian couple, and just talking with them, sharing testimonies, getting to know them. It was really encouraging just to sit down and hear their stories and be able to pray with them as well. That was super encouraging. So I forgot to mention locations. Maxim and his church, they're in Gdansk. Conrad and Katarzyna, their church is in Sopot. And it's so awesome to hear how they're ready to partner with Ukrainians in church planting. We traveled to Vehrevo, meeting with Pastor Christoph, again, ready to partner with Ukrainians for the spread of the gospel. And day 10, we got to travel to the city of Katowice and got to meet another Ukrainian pastor. His name is Taras, and his wife, Yulia. And they got 2 awesome kids, David and Samuel. And again, same story. He feels the call of the Lord to be able to pastor. And we got to have dinner with them and sit down with them, just talk different vision of what God is doing there. This is actually a bigger city here in Katowice, and just telling us of all of the opportunities they have to be able to spread the gospel through the Ukrainian refugees. A lot of them have gathered in this city. The very next day, we got to go to church with them, and they were meeting in this building for the very first time. And half of the people that were there were the first time they got to be there, and a lot of them just came from Ukraine. We got to hear their unique testimonies, and it definitely was an emotional time, but to see the ministry that they had with these church members was super encouraging. We got to stand in front of them, share our testimonies, got to share in some music as well. And their expression to us is, hey, whatever you can do, however you can help us, please, please, please come. So we know that this is a big undertaking. And you know what? We can't do it by ourselves. We are praying that God will be able to send more laborers to join Team Poland. This has been so incredible. All right, day 13 was a pretty incredible day. As Team Poland, we have been praying specifically that God will do an incredible thing in Poland by spreading the gospel by church plants. And Maxim has that vision, and we have been praying for a possible church plant in the city of Tczew. We've been praying for a building and a location, and we found out on this trip that God has answered that prayer. Christoph, who is the head of the Baptist Union in this area, gave the keys to Maxim this week to tell him that the building in Tczew is open for their use to be able to open up a new church plant. And there are families from Maxim's church that are willing to go and help start that church plant. We got to go see this building, just pray over the building, and to allow our hearts just to fill with wonder of what God is going to do in this city as well. It's been so incredible to be on this trip to see how the gospel is already on the move, and we are overwhelmed to be able to be a part of this. So that leads us up to today. We got a few more things that we need to accomplish with this trip. We got to find some possibilities for us to be able to find a more permanent place to live. We have another Polish lesson in person here. And then we have another Bible study that we're going to be helping lead. And then we're pretty much on our way back. So we can't wait to be back with you in person, hopefully share more details with you. And it's been really good to be able to be with our team leader, Ron Davis, here in person. Also being able to encourage him as he encourages us as we have a little bit of an introduction to what Poland is all about. This has truly been an amazing trip, and we are so thankful for you. Thank you for praying for us, for sending us, and supporting us. We definitely skipped over a lot of details, so we can't wait to fill you in on all of those. But in the meantime, we love y'all, and we hope you guys have a great rest of the day. See you later.